Okay, everybody, it is Thursday, May 13th. Thanks for joining us. And you guys know what time it is. It's time for the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. Here we go.
It's open when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. Masquerade and Forest Fen are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. There's Beacon Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give 'em a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook. Keep searching forever, start searching now. Grand adventures with K Pro and Cow. The secret, a gypsy's kiss, the whistle pig. Come watch our show, win a prize, little or big. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
Okay, everybody, we are very happy to be joined with Professor F. He has a new Bitcoin treasure hunt out called Cracked. How you doing, Professor F?
I'm doing well, and thank you for having me.
So
Yes,
it looks
guys,
like
we
Go
know
ahead.
that we have some buffering issues. We are working on it. We're just into the new house, so we will work on that for next time. I hope it's not too bad. I see Mike jumping a little, but my side's fine because the box is upstairs. Sorry, Mike. So he's working and fiddling with stuff. So Treasure Hunting Amusement Park is tonight. We're going to have Professor F talk all about his new treasure hunt. We have a couple of others to talk about. Professor F is very busy, so he'll drop off at that point. And then you guys know it. You've seen a lot of activity just today on the Forest Fen Hunt and yesterday. So I will give you some little sound bites. But Monday, we have so much to talk about on the Forest Fen Hunt. I don't know how there's more activity than when there was a treasure to actually find. But we'll go over a little bit of that, some highlights tonight, some new things happening in the tubing land and treasure hunting land. But right now, it's all going to be about Professor F. Tell us about you, tell us about your hunt. And I believe you were inspired by Forest Fen. So tell us a little bit of just introduction. Most people don't even know about it. The couple that do are trying to solve it fast, but tell us about it first.
So I'm Professor F, and I've always been a treasure hunt type of person. I've loved treasure hunts pretty much all my life. And as a matter of fact, I talked to my mom just a couple weeks ago about, how we miss the days of bringing the metal detector out into the woods and, just finding random things. I mean, to me, a treasure could be Bitcoin, or it could be a bottle cap from the 1950s. So, I mean, there are different definitions of what a treasure is. To me, it's, anything that a person can find that is meaningful,
But
So, again, this is my book. It's called Cracked. And in here, I have a key, 12 keywords that unlock a Bitcoin wallet.
Okay,
so why Bitcoin? Yeah, you just said a treasure can mean many things. Why'd you go with Bitcoin instead of the traditional gold?
I went with Bitcoin because I'm a teacher. I teach English, and my primary goal in life is to get people to read, right? Because as an English teacher, I want people to read. And I thought, what a better way to put a code in a book to get people to read and talk about it and communicate and discuss, hey, what is this code? And, what did you find? And what did I, and so that's why I went with a book.
Okay, so we have on our show from previous years, which searcher are you? So there's people like a code breaker Charlie. Mike is really into codes and ciphers, and Randy Pischel, shout out to you, and Brian. We know you guys are all about advanced ciphers, codes. You need to get NASA involved. It's crazy. And then there's people like me that aren't smart enough to do that. And I could do like Morse code and some binary code. And if you embed some things and it's clever, like first letters, I can do that.
I have a little bit of everything in there, and I studied up on the binary code, and I've studied up on Caesar ciphers, and I've done a lot of research on codes themselves, and then just simple things that it'll be so simple. So out of 12 words, there are a mixture of different types of codes, if that makes sense.
Okay.
One of the questions I know people are going to ask is, all you need is this book, or will you have to do a little research on the internet?
Book. Absolutely.
Everything you need to get the password, the 12 words are in this book.
Every single thing you need is in the book. Okay. It's in the book. And, I had another question about the book so you have to read it on paper. And I hope that people buy the book, because if they buy the book, the funds that I get from the book actually go back, a portion goes back into the crypto wallet. So the more people who buy it, the more it goes back. And I say a portion because I obviously, if the book made $5,000, $10,000, I'm going to have to pay taxes, and I don't want to pay taxes out of my own pocket. So the portion is whatever I make out the book minus taxes.
So you said, so there is no Kindle version. There's no e-version.
There's no Kindle version because
print only. Okay.
And I'll give you a little hint, and this is something
wait a minute. Breaking news.
Breaking news. There's a few words. I'm not going to say how many, or pictures or whatever. The clue is that it has to be on paper. All right. I'm not going to go any further than that, but it has to be on paper, because I want people to do more than just read the book. I want people to actually study the book and do certain things, manipulate the book.
Oh, interesting. That is a clue. We're going to figure out what it means. But that's
folding pages or putting lemon juice on.
Do you have to
it's
cut
not
any
lemon
pages?
Juice. I'm not going to. No, it's not lemon juice.
Have
I'm
to
not
cut
going to steer you the wrong way.
Do you have to cut any pages out of the book?
You don't
because
have
that
to
was a
cut any
question on Randy's, and he's like, you don't cut up a book.
You don't cut out any pages. You don't. But you might. Again, you might have to hold it up to the light.
Oh, hey, that's interesting. I'm going to start doing it as soon as we get off. All right. That's really cool. So it's kind of an old-fashioned treasure hunt. I mean, it reminds me of a Hardy Boys mystery.
Right.
Now, the first thing you'll notice, everybody, when you get the book, is we've got a whole page of binary right here. But we don't have one page of binary. We have 1, 2, 3 different pages, 4 different pages of full binary. But from what I can see, the numbers are the same. But you could, of course, changed. I haven't gone through every single number. You could have changed them in the middle.
Okay, wait.
Is that just part of the puzzle?
We need to get back, though. We're talking about all the puzzles and all of that. So going high level, this is a book. It's a treasure hunt. You're trying to get some words. Then what do you do? What do you get?
Oh, okay, very good.
So especially for the people that don't understand Bitcoin, explain on the wall.
Or cryptos. Yeah. So if you allow me to, I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'll show exactly what I'm doing here. So this is obviously how much Bitcoin that we have in. We have $14,949, and we have 0.29 Bitcoin. My goal is, I hope to get it up to 1 Bitcoin in a couple months.
Wow. Okay. That'd be great.
I think it's actually a good thing to start. I kind of want to backtrack. How I was able to fund this was, I'm a teacher, so I don't get paid very well. So I invested in Tesla about last March. So when it dipped, I invested in Tesla, and then Tesla went up. And this is actually all of my gains from Tesla. All right. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put all of my gains into this Bitcoin wallet, and I'm going to create a treasure hunt. But so the question is how do you unlock it? So you have to download this Exodus app. And if you go to my YouTube channel, my first video let's see if I can get to my first video here.
And I'm putting a link to your YouTube channel in the chat right now. Everybody go subscribe and thumbs up to Professor F's YouTube channel. And then you get details. Yep.
I know this might be pushing it a little bit far, but if I get 1 million subscribers, I'm going to start giving away clues and codes like crazy.
1 million. That's going to be rough, but okay. At least
when I
goal.
first started this, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot for the moon. 1 million.
Yeah.
And I do say if I get 10 million followers, I'll give half the code. And if I give half the code, it's going to show how exactly my brain process works, right?
Wait, there's
interesting.
a channel that buys subscribers. We got to figure out how to do that. I wonder how much it would cost to buy 1 million.
I don't know, but I'm sure YouTube will find a way to get rid of them. So anyway, in here I described that you have to download an app called Exodus, and you can download this it's a crypto wallet. And you can download it for an iPhone or an Android or a computer. I have it on the computer. I gave an example right here of words because let me go back here, back to login. Let me maybe try.
Is it true that one of those words is correct?
No, none of them are correct. I literally just randomly put them in there. And by the way, the words actually have to be in order. So
yes. That's the thing with crypto wallets. They have to be in order, right?
They have to be in order. So let me show you what it looks like if you get a word wrong, okay? It turns red. I don't know if you can see that, but if you get it wrong, or if you have a wrong a word that isn't recognized by crypto wallets, like it is wrong. So you can tell right away if you think that you have a word and it's red, it's wrong. All right.
Okay.
So if you get one right, it'll stay white and it's showing you it's in the right place. So if I have the third word correct.
No, the white ones just say that, hey, this is a word recognized by Exodus or crypto wallets to being correct.
Oh, okay.
It's one of 12 million possibilities, but there's a bunch of misspelled words that are not possible.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
All
right.
So anyway, okay. So when you download the app, you'll see it says restore. And that's what you're going to click on because you're restoring our cracked community crypto wallet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so, and whoever successfully puts in the 12 words in order now has access to that wallet and can move that Bitcoin to their own wallet, and they in essence win the treasure.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, is there a minimum number? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, is there a limit to how many times you can add? Yeah.
No, actually, I can do this all day, and I could, I'm just literally.
Yeah, I see.
Right? And you can do that all day. And it's not going to kick you out. It's not going to boot you out. So
that's good. Okay.
Yeah, I've tried it many times, and maybe it's at 100. I don't know, but I've been trying. I tried a lot of different possibilities. That's one of the things that I had to cross off my list. Is I want to make sure that people have unlimited tries. I don't want them to get kicked out and then have to re-download the app or whatnot.
Right.
Well, did you hear what happened to? I don't know if you've heard of this tuber's name. His name's Mr. Beast. He did a treasure hunt for 100,000 and did something similar. It wasn't in Bitcoin. And some developer of code actually just hit and then got in. Are you?
So in other words, it was hacked.
Right. Are
I'm not worried if they hack in. If someone can hack into this Exodus wallet, they're probably not going to go after my $15,000. They're probably going to go after a $5 million wallet. So
yeah,
I'm not really too worried about being targeted with my $15,000 Bitcoin. And this might be another little hint, but not all the words might be words, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is a computer. I've already thought about that too, is, if someone creates a program in a computer code or whatever, so you might have a picture or two that has the actual code or a keyword in it.
Now, but all of them should be white, not red, correct?
Exactly. So
Okay, got
you can see here, this is red, and then you can see this one will be white, right? So one could be a word, but it's not a word. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not a word, but
Okay.
one could be a word if someone else did a treasure hunt. And what was really interesting about this is when you create a wallet, you're given 12 words. You don't get to choose 12 words. So I literally had to create an entire story around 12 random words,
Interesting. Yeah.
which is very difficult.
So yeah, that brings me to my next question. And Brian, I did see your email, and that is the book fiction? In other words, you talk about the CIA, you talk about Snowden. It's fiction.
Yes, it's fiction.
Okay.
There's some truth in every fiction, right? So I was in the Marine Corps, and the character in the book it was in the Marine Corps. I went to San Diego for boot camp. My character went to camp on the east side. I just had a brain freeze. All my Marine buddies are gonna be like, "Oh, you forgot
Pendleton? What was it over there on the East
No,
Coast?
I went to MCRD down in San Diego, so it's by
Okay.
Camp Pendleton. But well, hold on for a second. MCRD and you guys are putting me on the spot, and all my Marine buddies. Let's see, not Camp Pendleton, but oh my, give me a second.
Yeah, Minotaur Moreno says this could be fun trying to find the 12 random words. And I'm open to doing a Zoom, guys. One of our treasure hunt Zooms to work on this. I've got the book. If everybody else that wants to order the book gets it, we could collaborate. Yeah, could be fun. And it's really a code breaker, Charlie. Like I said, there's 4 pages full of binary, which will probably be the first step to crack. But I'm going to ask Professor F if that is just, I guess that's part of the puzzle, isn't it? I thought maybe
I'm not going to lie. It's a part of the puzzle.
Okay. I thought maybe that was just the wallet, but you've already shown the wallet. So that wouldn't be the actual, the URL to get to the wallet. So, okay.
Right.
So it's part of the puzzle. Interesting.
Yeah, it's part of the puzzle.
And then if you go back to the Bitcoin, to the wallet, the amount that's in there real quick, I just wanted to explain something to people. The very interesting thing with Bitcoin is that it's like a penny stock. It goes up and it goes down. And when I got this book, just I'd say a week ago, this was at 17, or wasn't it almost $18,000?
I hit over 18,000. I think I was at 18,400 about 2 weeks ago.
And then Elon Musk decides to say Tesla will no longer receive Bitcoin, and now Bitcoin's gone down a little bit, but Bitcoin will go back up. I mean, it's going to go back up. So
it's going to have its downs. It's just like a stock. It's going to have its downs and it's going to have its ups. And I was thinking about at the end of the month or maybe next month, sticking 1,000 or 2 in it every month, whatever I can. And as soon as book sales start coming in, that's when I'm going to, because Amazon takes, I think every month they pay. So right now I have $177 in book sales, and I'm just going to throw all 177 of that in, and I'm going to put some of my own money back into it.
So if you stop sharing your screen, please, we'll go back to where we can. Yeah, no, that's fine, because people want to know what the treasure is. So that's important. But I just love the idea that if this treasure hunt lasts 5 years, that Bitcoin in 5 years could go through the roof. I mean, it could really be worth a lot of money in addition to the money that you're going to add to it from book sales.
Right.
I remember
if you look at it this way, Amazon, one of my books costs $14.99. And from Amazon, I get $6.33 per book, right? So they take their fees and I get the 60% fee. And I mean, if you think about it this way, if I'd sold 1 million copies, minus the taxes, there could be $4 or $5 million into that. I don't know what the taxes would be on that. So it could be, if I sold 1 million copies, it could be as high as millions of dollars. And that's just on book sales. And then if Bitcoin ever goes up, who knows what it could be.
Or which it should, over the years.
People in the chat are already buying, so they're saying your amount is going to go up because they're already buying the books. Thank you,
thank you.
So here's a question, because we are sleuthy treasure hunters. does it help to know you or any of your past, your
No.
situation, anything in the story that, oh, if we know that you were in the armed forces, nothing.
Literally all in the
Mm.
book, all in the book. And one of the things that I do in the book, they're not just randomly thrown in the book. Okay. They're
Okay.
very, very precisely chosen in the book. All right. So it's not just
And
randomly.
is
I'm
the
going to
order.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I was just going to say, is the order that it needs to be entered into the wallet in the book as well? Is that part of the puzzle to solve?
That's part of the
Figure out what
puzzle.
the words are,
Right.
but also figure out the order, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And who else knows? Let's say tomorrow you die, you get hit by a
Yep.
car. Does anyone else know these 12, or is that just
Not a person.
not a person?
Not one person.
Heard it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just you. That's it.
Just me.
You do have the answer, correct?
I'm losing some of the words. So I mean, I think if I reread the entire book, I would be able to crack it still, because I know, where and what the like I said, I'm not just throwing a random word in. There's something, and there might be another thing that connects it to that one word. So
okay.
I'm not just randomly throwing things in, and it's not just by random.
Okay. Now this came from the chat room. So let's say you crack it. You're the code breaker, Charlie. In this community, there's a couple of wackos out there. You don't want to have your name out. Do you have to have your name out, or
Not at all.
You're just gonna know, right?
After you crack the code, after you crack the code, you immediately set up another Bitcoin wallet immediately. Right. And what you do, I say this on one of my other videos. I have a ledger right here. This is for cryptocurrencies. Mm-hmm. I don't get paid by Ledger. It's a very secure crypto wallet, and this is called, I believe it's called like a cold wallet, cold storage.
And actually, a searcher sent us one as a housewarming gift, K-Pro. I have one over here that I've never used. Yeah, I have one, which is awesome.
They're very good. They're very
Magic.
secure.
Yeah.
So if you crack it, put it on a ledger or cash out, right?
Yeah, and you'll never know. I mean, you just check the wallet one day and the Bitcoin's gone. But the cool thing is the entire cracked community, as you call it, can check the wallet. And when the money's gone, the treasure hunt's solved.
Exactly.
It's a very honest, upfront way of doing things, because you can check the wallet, the balance every day. You know exactly what's there.
Yeah.
And the reason the Bitcoin wallets.
We know that's a terrible way to end a treasure hunt. So we invite whoever it is to contact Professor F, contact us, and tell us how smart you are. You don't have to use your name. You can just tell us how smart you are. You could be in a mask, whatever you want.
That'd be awesome.
But you don't have to. And that is, I think, fabulous. But how
once somebody does win, are you going to come out with a solution to let everybody know how they could have figured it out?
Yeah, if someone wins it, I would definitely. I'm not going to be like Force Finn and leave everyone guessing, right? I'm actually proud of it, and I'm proud of the book. It took, honestly, I woke up one day, it was during COVID, and I told my wife, I said, I just want to bring people together, because I see so many people getting involved in politics and all this stuff, and I just want to bring people together on something that they can crack, or that they can solve. So I'm very proud of the book. It took me, I was waking up every day at 4:30. I was typing every morning. I would probably pump out 10 or 11 pages a day. I made the book short. So if you look at, it's 149 pages or 142 pages. So I made it short. I could have made it 500 pages, but I made it short because I want people to focus on the story and focus on the treasure hunt, because it's a combination of both.
Well, so if you were to say, this comes from the chat, there is a super chat, Mike, you need to get, but Hillary asks, how long, if you were to guess, how long do you think this is going to take? Is it going to take a month, 6 months, 100 years? Like, how hard do you think you made it, even though that's a really hard question?
Well, you know, if I don't lower my standards and I stick to the 1 million, I start giving out, 1 million subscribers to the YouTube channel. If I don't lower that standard, it could take a couple of years. If I start, I mean, I'm the type of person who I want someone to win it. I don't want, I want someone to win it. I want someone to go out there and crack the code. Nothing would make me happier than seeing that one day just gone. And I don't know. I don't know how long it could take.
Okay.
If I start giving out codes on the YouTube channel, who knows, a couple of years, 3-4 years.
So we did get a super chat from Packer Jack. Thank you, Packer Jack. He says, K-Pro, I came down with a case of Barbarisi fever. Is there a remedy that the new House of Fro of Las Vegas could prescribe to cure me of this ailment? Barbarossa is a guy coming out with a 4-Sven book in the next couple of weeks. So we will talk about that at the end of the show, Packer Jack.
Yes,
let me ask
Packer
you this.
Jack, I have something for that. Just you wait, mister. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Professor F. So it's a 12 words to crack the wallet, to get into the wallet. So is it safe to say that there's 12 different puzzles in the book that give you the 12 words?
12 different, I don't know if there are 12 different puzzles. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to say anything because I'm trying to think in my head what the puzzles actually were. I don't think that they're all different.
Okay, got it. So you could use the same method for multiple words, I guess you could say. Same type of puzzle.
Yeah.
Is it the type of thing where once somebody gets a word, they know it? Like, I know I solved that. I know that's one of the words, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, yeah. I mean, again, I wrote the book, so I'm thinking, yeah, absolutely. Right. So, but then I got to test the waters. I got to see how people react, and I got to see what people come up with. Because, I mean, if people are completely off the wrong track here, then I know, okay, I got to start guiding people to the right track. And that's what the crack community is about. That's what my YouTube channel is about. And so again, if people want to really help out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And not only will that help me out, that'll help me out getting this, it's called Amazon Associates. And I get an extra 5% for having over 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So that extra percent is going to go back into the book.
Okay, so there's a few questions that have come up, and I have a couple. Is this something that you think a kid would like to do? Like, my kid loves to go out with a metal detector, but is this a little bit, I have a 12, 14, we have a 7 and 10 as well. Would that be age appropriate for all of them, or is it more appropriate for maybe older kids?
I would say 16, 17, 18. There are a few Marine Corps words when the character goes to boot camp that aren't very child friendly. I don't know if I can say them on the YouTube channel, but so yeah, some things that the character heard in the Marine Corps, which drill instructors often say, probably might not be appropriate for a 12-year-old. And I say that because I have a buddy I was in the Marine Corps with, and he ordered the book, and he's ordering it to support me, and he said, yeah, I was going to let my daughter read it, who's like 7 years old, until I got to the Marine Corps boot camp part. So 15, 16, 15 might be a little too, I don't know. I mean,
so like high schoolish and about, not a really elementary school.
Right. Definitely not elementary school. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Right, let me clarify something, because Bobby says if you put the word in the wallet and it's right, it will turn white. No, that's not correct, Bobby. The wallet has, let's say, 1 million predefined words. The white means you have one of the possibilities. It does not mean the word is correct. Isn't that right?
But if it's
Professor?
red, it's incorrect.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, just because it's white doesn't mean that it's the actual word. It just means that it's a word that the Bitcoin wallet recognizes.
But if it's red, conversely, if it's red, it means you have not cracked the puzzle correctly, or you've not spelled it correctly, because the Bitcoin wallet will not recognize that word.
Right. If it's red, it's absolutely positively not the word.
Okay, now this is the most famous question for any treasure hunt originator, since Mike and I have done several of these. We're asked this, and then later we're always told, yes, you did, and we didn't even realize it. But did you put in any intentional red herrings that take somebody off track, that may be embedded? The whole red herring, sometimes it's unintentional, but did you intentionally put anything in to lead people away from the actual solution?
Well, I think that's, you can find that answer in the very last chapter.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
And,
The last chapter of the book really explains a lot about, so the last chapter is about the character who actually has to hack into someone's Bitcoin wallet.
I was going to tell you, the story is what we're trying to do. There's the words from that person in the story, right?
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'm gonna answer that with chapter 12 will give you the answer to that.
Chapter 12. Okay.
Okay.
And did you say, I think I heard this, but I was writing down questions coming from the room. Is there confirmation along the way? Like, is it pretty obvious once you've cracked a part of it that, okay, that can't be a coincidence?
So you're saying if you put in these 12 words into the wallet, it's going to confirm that
No, let's say you get the first word. Like in the Forest Fan Hunt, there was no confirmation until you got to the Warm Waters Hall, the canyon, or this or that. There was really nothing that confirms it. Is it pretty obvious that it's like, yes, that is exactly it? Or is it a little bit of, you got to come figure it all out?
The confirmations would come from my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So, if depends on, if again, I have 4 or 5 YouTube videos out right now. So I just started this, and it took me about 3 months to learn how to edit and then upload to YouTube. And plus I took my son's, his fort that we built him many years ago. Now he's 18. So we took his fort and turned it into a green screen. Well, I did.
Nice.
Right. I have a whole like green screen set up in there. But on my channel, that's what I plan on doing. I plan on guiding people. I'm not going to give answers in my class. I don't give answers, but I don't mind guiding people.
Okay, so are you going to make sure that all of those are publicly made available, or can they privately email you and will you respond to them?
I won't respond to private emails. It's going to be, if I give any information out, it's going to be to everyone.
Awesome.
So you have an Instagram, Professor F, correct, on Instagram.
Right.
And then you have the YouTube channel. And really, those are the only 2 methods of communication that you currently have for the crack community.
I started a TikTok because my son said, well, you should put this on TikTok.
Right.
I haven't posted any TikToks. I don't know how. I just don't feel comfortable with TikTok.
Okay.
But I do have a TikTok. It's professor.f.cracked. But
okay.
I don't have anything posted, and I just might use it to get the word out, but I'm not gonna. My YouTube channel is the source of information.
Okay.
And plus, one thing that I like about the YouTube channel is it not only talks about, at the end, I leave a little last segment on the YouTube channel that talks about the book. And then the first part of the segment, I talk about issues like my last discussion was how is Google University, because Google came out with Google certificates. So I talked about how is Google certificates going to change education. My next one coming out is why we should legalize marijuana, right?
Okay.
So it is a little bit, I want to steer away from politics because I don't like politics. I don't like talking politics, but I like talking about issues. For example, there's a lot of issues in the book. It's not political. I mean, some could say that it gets political, but there are a lot of issues in here that I think that a lot of people could agree with. Like, for example, Hidden Hills is a great example of, and Hidden Hills is what inspired me. Hidden Hills, California is what inspired me to write that chapter, Hidden Hills. Hidden Hills has over $1 billion worth of housing there, but you can literally drive 4 miles away or 4 minutes away and see a homeless camp. So, so I think these are certain issues in the book that I think we can all agree on, that it's just not right and we need to do something about it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Take, for example, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is when I was in the Marine Corps, I had a very good friend of mine. His name is Chavez. We call him Chavez. And Chavez, he actually had a green card, and he was in the Marine Corps, and he gets out of the Marine Corps with an honorable discharge, spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, and he gets out of the Marine Corps and he still had to fight for citizenship. I just don't think I think if you spend 4 years in the Marine Corps serving the country, you should automatically get citizenship. And I don't know who would disagree with that. I mean, there might be some people who disagree with it, but I think 80% of the country would say, yeah, these people should get citizenship.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially I was in the military, so I was at San Diego, where I went to boot camp. So yeah.
Oh wait, you were in the Marine Corps too?
I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
so
good. What do we say in the Navy? Hooyah?
That's right. That's right.
Craig just bought his book, and it looks like there's a little team forming. Did you see? They're wanting to get together.
So one of the questions that came up is, you have any rules preventing teamwork? So
Not
what we do is we do private Zooms with 10 to 20 people, and we'll all get a copy of the book, and we'll all tear it apart and try and solve it. But only one person can put in the wallet and basically, well, actually, if you had an agreement with a group of 10 people and we found the right 12-word phrase, everybody could go in and take their portion out of it, right? It's not mandatory that you take all of it, right?
If I were in a team of 10, and first of all, you have to trust your 10 people 1,000%, because there might be someone who says, I'm going to put in the code and take it out and put it in a wallet, and you'll never know. That's true. That person could say, no, I don't know who did it. I wonder who it was, right?
Right.
So,
and that's the point of Bitcoin, is that it's your anonymity is preserved. That's the whole point of Bitcoin.
Right. So if you team up with people, make sure you trust them with your with your
Bitcoin.
Right. Make sure you trust them with $14,940.
And I got to imagine that's going to hit 20 grand.
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna pump some more into it, and it's gonna go up. So, but if I were in a team of 10 people and I trust them with the money, I would say I would highly recommend that if you crack the code, pull it all out. Don't wait for Jimmy John to wake up and pull his out, and wait for Carol to pull hers out, or don't wait. Pull it all out at once, and then once you have it in a secure wallet, then you can divvy it up amongst each other. Or what you could say is, look, I put in 10% effort, I put in 30% effort, whatever.
Right.
And usually they all do that beforehand. And I'm going to say, even though I know the Zoomers are trustworthy, never trust a treasure hunter. It's all.
Isn't that the truth, right?
You're right.
I mean, that's every lesson that we learn in the movies. Don't trust the treasure hunter.
If you do, you will find it recorded on YouTube.
So we are going to do an open Zoom, everybody. After the show ends, email me. I have the list. I'll see who wants to join, but we'll all get the book and work on it. That should be a lot of fun. When did the book come out? How long has it been out?
I believe it was published March.
Oh, so just recent then.
Yeah. Pretty recent. It's like brand new, fresh.
So we got to jump on everybody, I would say, until the word gets out and people understand what it is and what's going on. That's good.
Okay. Rudy's in, Craig is in, Dan is in, Bobby's in, Brian's in. Sassy's going to be in.
The usual group. That's right.
The crowd is all there. But Rudy, I don't remember Rudy being in these before. He's a code breaker guy. So I find that fascinating that I know there's minds that work differently than mine. They see things, they see patterns. It's like the Nicolas Cage National Treasure. They see stuff I don't. I'm the one going, I like an illustration. But it seems like everybody could have a value because you have different ways to crack this.
Exactly. So it's not just, your guy who knows cipher codes and the
Mhm.
person who knows binary codes, that's just a scratch of the surface of it all.
Yeah, and Craig
But-
is upset. He said he has to wait 5 days for his book, Stupid Slow Shipping. I'm sorry about that,
Oh.
Craig, but you did well in your house, so you're good.
What I see in the book is that this one was printed in Las Vegas, Nevada. Is that where they're all coming from, or is that just because I'm from
true.
Vegas and ordered it? That's what it
Might
says. At the
Might
very
be.
last page, it says made in the USA, Las Vegas, Nevada, May
Yeah,
1, 2021.
That must be different for every state because mine says Illinois.
Oh,
So yeah, maybe it's like a print on demand thing. When you order it, they print it and it's whatever's closest to you, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And
it
let
makes
me tell
sense.
you this, that last page means nothing. So
Yeah, because you know we're gonna
it-
ask.
It means nothing. Don't look at that last page.
Okay.
And my bio about the author means nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing in here. So
Well, we appreciate you telling us that. 'Cause,
again, I
so,
like
yeah.
to help out. I mean, I'm not going to tell people the code, but I'm going to tell people, look, I'm not going to make things unfair and say that, I'm glad that you brought that up actually, because that would be unfair. Someone might look at this and say, well, that means something. It means absolutely nothing. I never put that in there. I'm going to tell people if I didn't intentionally put it in there, I didn't, I'm not going to say that that's part of the code.
well, what might be interesting, so when Mike and we've done a couple treasure hunts, we actually get a recording of the Zoom just to see where people were going. And we've done that for a couple of originators. I think it'd be cool to send them Professor F the recording just so you see where people would, I mean, sometimes they'd spend an hour on something that meant nothing, or sometimes somebody would mention the right solution or the right method and people go, no, and keep going. And then some people are right on and they crack it fast. We have a treasure hunt originator. His name is Copper Dan. They solved it in like an hour. These guys are beasts, especially the code breaker guys. They have a brain that is just phenomenal and they like this stuff.
Well, tell them not to crack it too quickly.
Yeah, right. And then one of the questions is, this is what we always get is, do you have to do any research outside of the book? Is there anything like you figure something out and you go somewhere else to look up something?
Literally every single thing that you need to crack the code is in the book. You don't need to do any outside research. You don't need
But you did say that there's perhaps some ciphers. So if you don't know what a Caesar cipher is.
Well, in that case, right. So if you don't know what a cipher code
you got to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, then that type of information you would definitely have to look up.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Some people in the chat are asking for the link to where to go buy it,
Yeah.
Mike, if you could put that
Just
in there.
put is Amazon the only place to order it?
Amazon's the only place.
Okay. So there is a link to Amazon, everybody. This is the link to the YouTube channel, Professor F on YouTube. Go subscribe. He's going to be making videos. And feel free to link to this show on your Instagram or wherever you'd like to get, if people want to watch the show, Professor F.
Right.
I sent you that link and you can feel free to share that wherever you want to.
Yep.
I'm excited. It's a code breaker, Charlie. We have the Beacon Star. There's a treasure hunt creator in the chat, and Randy, I'm just been able to solve that one yet, but this could be a good diversion. So yeah, I think we should look into it and have some fun.
Yeah, so Mike and I have a little of a disagreement. I'm much like Warren Buffett. If I don't understand it, I don't invest in it. And Mike, we just got married a couple months ago, and I won't say secretly because it's his money, he does what he wants, but he invests in Bitcoin and then cracked. He's the code breaker Charlie. I'm like, what is this? Is this you? And he's like, oh, we're going to have him on the show. So I'm excited because I know Mike will really get behind this. And there's, I would say probably 10 to 15 that are really, this is, I think after the Forest Fen Hunt, people are looking for that next one that they're excited about. And I know the code breakers are just, they're like, why do I have to wait so long for the damn book? I want it now. So they're excited about it. So this is a good thing. This is
here's what could be an interesting play on this whole scenario that plays out is let's say one of your 5 core people, right, crack the code. I won't know it until they pull it out.
Right.
So I'm not going to know that they cracked the code until literally all the money's gone. But what if those 5 people said, you know what, let's wait until more people buy it. And then he's going to take the sales and put the sales of the book.
Right.
So someone could have cracked it. I'm not going to say that they cracked it now because I highly doubt it. I have 32 book sales, I believe. So I don't
this
think
is at
that
the very beginning.
it's at the very beginning. But let's say someone, let's say, I don't know, what's the name of one of your good code crackers?
Bobby.
Let's say Bobby cracks it.
Brian,
And Bobby says, you know
Poppleman, and Bobby.
because Bobby will have access to the wallet, right? So if he gets the 12 words, he's going to have access to that wallet, and he'll be able to pull it out anytime he wants. And Bobby,
Yeah, but you know what? Bobby has to worry about Brian Poppleman, and if that's like the biggest bet. That's like Russian roulette. Like
exactly.
I would be grabbing it that day because somebody else could grab it. But their minds are pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So
you never know. I mean, someone
gamble.
might say, let's say hypothetically that this catches on and there's $100,000 worth of Bitcoin in the wallet, and it just continuously grows in $5,000 increments per month or 2,000. So, Bobby might say, you know what, I'm going to wait. It's like you said, Russian roulette. It's kind of like the forced Fen treasure hunt. It went and put more coins in every day, and that Forrest puts more money into the treasure box. But now you're wondering, well, I know he's feeding more into it, but should I pull it out now, or do I risk someone else getting it?
Well, and a finder Jack has said he was so confident he had it, he just left it in its spot and came back the next day after he chit-chatted with Forrest, and he went got drunk.
Not me. I would have been so proud to find that treasure. I really would have. I would have been like, I found it. I read that poem. I read all about that treasure hunt, and I was just, I didn't even know where to begin, honestly.
Well, now here's a question. Here's an interesting question. Here's how treasure hunters think. This is from Bobby. Can someone take out, let's say, 10,000 of it and leave the 6,000 and wait for it to go up, and the hunt doesn't actually end? Does it only end when everything's gone?
And you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Bobby might be onto something with that too.
Somebody could take out a fraction just to show you that somebody solved it. Just so somebody's cracked it. They take out a fraction, but they leave the rest. Right?
I'm not going to know, honestly, if someone took out a fraction, because the way Bitcoin fluctuates. I mean,
but isn't there a ledger though that shows the ingress and egress of the wallet?
There is.
So if I was to take out 0.00001, wouldn't it show that in the ledger?
Actually, you're right. So
everybody will know if somebody takes something out of it. Yeah, show that again. Yeah,
I'll show it again. Hold on.
And
that's a good point, Bobby.
As you know.
So I guess you're right, because you can see total received, and you can see that it was 3 months ago that I filled the wallet. So this would say, and then down here, I don't know what all of this means, honestly. I'm scratching the surface when it comes to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and I'm in Digibyte. I'm in all kinds of different weird stuff. But I don't know what all of this means. I think that these are, I don't even know, honestly.
Did you put it all in one amount? Like you put in whatever the amount was 3 months ago, you just put it in at once, or did you do it at different times?
I did it in I think 2 increments, I believe. I did one test to make sure that it worked, and then I did the full amount of, I think it was like 15,000 I put into it, a little bit more.
But right here it says 17,961 and 23, because I probably take their fee out. But Bitcoin's gone down, but it could always come back up.
Right.
Total received has been 17,961.
Oh, yeah,
Bitcoin's
you're right here. Yeah.
Bitcoin's pretty transparent. The blockchain, if you know what you're looking at, you can see what people have done with that wallet. Yeah, for sure. And that's an interesting aspect, I think. I liked it. I really like it, having a Bitcoin wallet as the treasure. It's an interesting idea.
And another thing that I like to point out is on the back, you see this code. That's actually for me. I use that to put money back into it. So that's only, the code's not on the back of the book. And that's for me to take and scan it and put my Bitcoin into the wallet.
And I'm going to say nothing on the front as well. Is it just a cover page?
Maybe.
Uh-oh, maybe. We won't know. All right. Interesting.
Hey, we got another super
Representation
chat.
of Bitcoin, right?
We got another super chat. Hi, 3D Bronze. Go ahead,
Oh.
Mike.
There it is. 3D Bronze says, K-Pro, I'm still waiting for you to tell me who. You're just the type of person to solve it. Ebook is now zero cost on my site, fun and affordable to all. So 3D Bronze is a friend of ours who on his website has a free treasure hunt. And everybody knows it's 3dbronze.com/tell me who.
Oh,
And
it
he's got
sounds
some
like
cool
I need to
prizes
go
there.
get busy on that one. I think I'm going to go dive in a little bit. And
So-
this one, I'm going to read through it and then give support to Mike. Mike and I, our brains are so different. He's
We're
smart.
separate.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I just need to go and
No, it's just different. That's all.
it's different.
Well, one last question about the puzzle. And this is from Bobby, of course. Are there hints in the book that help you figure out which cipher or what the method is? Would you say
They're
there's hints in the book?
verifiers. I'm going to call them verifiers.
Okay.
So there are verifiers per word. Yes.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, long time, or was
3 weeks.
you cracked it? So you got your 12-word wallet,
Yeah.
and then you just wrote the story around those 12 words?
I was spending, I don't know why. Like, I literally would wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning, and I would type until the sun goes down. And
Oh,
I
wow,
was,
okay.
I was just typing and typing. And the character in the story, it almost felt like the character was speaking to me. It was so weird. It was like the characters in my brain saying, I need you to get this out. It was very
And-
strange.
And did you have any help with the puzzles? Is there anybody else you got help, or it's all you? You did the
All.
entire thing?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
interesting.
Nice.
Professor F, everybody. That's it looks like a fun treasure hunt. We invite
And
everybody to
most
go to
of all,
Amazon.
Most importantly, I hope everyone does enjoy the story. All right.
And Bobby just said it's a great story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was talking about 3D bronzes, but that's actually
Oh,
the
I'm
Beacon
sorry.
Star. That's what I love about the Beacon Star because
Yeah,
it's very imaginative story. I can't crack the codes to save my life. But Randy, I love your story. I'm going to read Professor F's, and I am old school. I need it in a book. No matter how much bright space I do, where everything's embedded there for me to be able, I need it in a book. So
Right.
Now,
I love that.
here's the thing is, you know, if someone ever does make a PDF out of it, which I'm sure might happen one day, someone's going to scan it
Or
and
type it out. Yeah.
and type it out or something. But here's the thing, it's got to be on paper. And if you print it, you're left with this. This was my draft of it. All right. So if you print the book, you're left with that. If you buy the book, you have a nice skinny little version copy. And you can still crack the book if you have the paper copy, you can still crack the code. But, you know, I'm hoping that people actually do buy the book to support the crack community wallet and to fund more into the wallet. That's
Well,
why
that's what we say. There's some that I don't participate in or Mike doesn't, but we always buy them. We have a part of this is the treasure hunting bookshelf where we have, gosh, years and years and years and many different, there's lamps that were made, there was pictures that were made, there were a lot of books, and we just buy the books because it supports the treasure hunting community. I think we're at the
Yeah.
beginning of this really taking off because people
We'll
like this kind of-
we'll probably give one away. We'll probably buy a book and give it away in a future show, but we'll do that later on.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I was actually planning on, so I'm doing some PR. My wife, she owns her own business. She does licensing and a little bit of marketing.
Mhm.
So anyway, she told me that I need to put these treasure chests together, and inside the treasure chest, I don't have one up here. I should have brought one up here, but on one of my future YouTube videos, I'm gonna probably do a giveaway of what I'm using to market market my book.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So,
that'd be great.
again-
Marketing. It's all about marketing. Yeah.
It is. It really is. I mean, you know, just getting the word out there and, you know, getting on the news, getting on a few shows, and, you know, maybe the Bitcoin will significantly go up. Who knows? I hope so. And
I think it will.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
again,
I think it will.
I think it was a very clever idea. I woke up in the middle of the night one night and I said, it was like, I got a treasure hunt and this is what I'm going to do. And you know what, at the end of the day, if literally 32 people bought the book and the Bitcoin stayed at 15,000, I'm still proud that I wrote a book.
Right.
And it's a pretty good story. It's a decent story. I'm not going to say that it's like life changing. I'm not going to say that the book is the next Moby Dick or whatever literature that people love, but who knows? You know, I would use this in my classroom. Although I'm not, I want to make that very clear.
Oh, there's an idea, K-Pro. There's an idea for a class.
I'm not going to use it for my class because I don't want anyone to have an advantage in any way.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, if my colleagues, if other teachers want to use it in a class, that's great. You know, use it in the class, but I'm not going to use it in the class just for ethical reasons. I don't believe that it'd be fair that if I went through the book and I was talking about the different chapters to my students,
Right.
but I wasn't talking to the rest of the crack community about it, I think that's very unfair. So,
all I can say, everybody, is thumbs up for binary. If you guys did the Grand Adventure, me and K-Pro have done our own little treasure hunts, and one of the codes was binary that we used. So binary's fun for sure.
You know, there's a website that you can just click in the binary and it'll tell you what it is, right?
I got to type all this out is the problem. I'm trying to think, is there a way I can scan this? I got to type this out. It's going to take forever, but we have to. It's part of the puzzle, right? So I got to translate.
You never know.
Or could it be misdirection?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. That it does play a part. So you definitely have to know the binary. It plays a part.
Okay.
I don't want to say that that's a red herring or a
right.
I do want people to crack the code one day. I hope that Bobby doesn't crack it tonight or in 5 days when he gets the book.
He might.
But if he does, I'll be happy. Let's have him on the show. If he does, I'll do a meeting with him. I'll congratulate him and tell him that's a very darn good job.
Well, it'd be great just to get one word. Like, would you say one of the puzzles is easier? Like maybe you kind of set one up so we can figure one out. Yeah, right. To me, that makes sense.
Some are give me's. I'm not going to lie about that. Some are give me's. Some are difficult.
You need 12. And the hard part is you have to have the right order. I mean, even if we get the correct 12 words, to figure out the right order, it could take years, unless there's something in the book that tells us what the order is, I guess. But okay, interesting. Well, I really like it. Professor F, thanks for coming on. I want to say Professor X because I'm thinking X-Men for some reason.
It is funny because my students actually coined me Professor F because of my last name is so ridiculously long. So they just call me Professor F, and I'm actually terrible with names. So I tell them, you call me Professor F and tell me what a short version I can call you. And that's where we go.
Okay. You guys are crazy, Bobby says. Here is the link, and I'm going to add it to the description of this video, guys. So if somebody's watching this later on when we're not live, the link to the Amazon book will be there. The link to Professor F's YouTube channel will be there. Everybody should go subscribe.
That's all I got to say to the audience is please subscribe to the YouTube channel and get more people to subscribe to it. And I know I'm shooting for the moon with 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit ridiculous. And like I said, maybe down the road, if I have 10,000 or 50,000, I don't know what the number might be. But, I'm going to start giving out hints and I'm going to start talking.
I'll just give you, and I just put a link to your Instagram as well in the chat as well. But I will give you just some advice from me. I think you should graduate the numbers. So in other words, if you get 1,000 subscribers, maybe there's a hint. Then you go to 5, then you go to 10, then you go to 50,000, and then you make it bigger and bigger. But a million, I mean, to get 1 million is crazy. But if you could do it where it's something reasonable, like 1,000 or 5,000, and then make it bigger after that and after that, I think it would build momentum, build excitement. But of course, it's your treasure hunt. You do what you can. But yeah.
I'll have to sleep on that one.
Right. Okay. No, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
It's the Marine in me who says, you know what, 1 million, you can do that. You could do 1 million. And then I've been on YouTube for like a month, and I got 100 people to subscribe to it, and most of them are former students, and so yeah, it was very difficult just getting to 143 followers. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah, me and K-Pro have been doing this for a couple of years, and we've only got, what are we at, 4,100. I mean, it takes a while to, or you get that viral video that'll go, you know, that'll go crazy. But
right.
So just to be clear, everybody, this is not Mr. F off from our Forest Fen discussion. It is not him. There's a source that we call Mr. F off, and it's not, or Mr. Foff, I'm sorry. And they say Mr.
Foff. You guys made
This is
it
not
bad
Mr.
and nasty. No.
That's
His
pretty
name was
funny.
Mr. F. Mr.
It
Foff.
is not Mr. Foff, everybody. This is not Mr. Foff.
Yeah.
Okay. Any parting words you want to tell everybody?
Good luck. That's all I gotta say. It's good luck. Enjoy the treasure hunt. Enjoy the story. I mean, my primary goal was to tell a story, and my secondary goal is a treasure hunt. So enjoy the story. I hope that you enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a good rating on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go. We can
if
all
you
do
didn't
that.
enjoy the story, well, come talk to me. We'll have another discussion if you didn't like the story, right?
Oh, that's a good point. $14.99. The paperback is $14.99. Everybody. Somebody just asked, well, how much does it cost? $14.99, correct?
$14.99.
And you said you get like $6 out of that, and
I get
out of that
$6
you'll
and
put
33.
whatever to the treasure. Okay.
Yep.
Here, I'll show it. Actually, let me show it for everybody. There it is on Amazon. It is Cracked, the paperback from Professor F. $14.99. Crack the code and join the greatest treasure hunt of all time. And there's a little synopsis there of the book. And yeah.
Here's the last
a lot of
question.
fun.
Craig Carter says.
What's that, K-Pro?
Craig Carter says, ask him if the Bitcoin address has been published. I believe then we can view it and watch the balance as it goes up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he showed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Bitcoin address is on the book. So if you have who is this, Craig?
Yeah, Craig
So
Carter.
if Craig
Craig
has a different method of finding it, or you can go to blockshare.com, or it's on all my YouTube channels. So you go to the YouTube channel, you look in the description, and it'll say, this is how much the crack community has. You can just click on that link, and it'll bring you to the Bitcoin wallet.
So in other words, it's not a secret. You want everybody to see what's in there. Okay.
That's awesome. And they know what all that means, and they said thank you, and Craig's on it, and they're gonna start to, I think, chug away at it. I think it's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, and if Craig has a different website he wants to go to, it's right here. That's I don't know, is that backwards?
BC. No, it's right. It's
right
at the top. The actual URL, or I think that's the wallet. Actually, the wallet address is at the top of the book.
Right. The wallet address is at the very top, and
okay.
I think if you scan the code, you can also get the wallet address. So yeah, Craig can find out either by going to my YouTube channel, looking on the back of the book. It's not a secret. The wallet descriptions out there everywhere.
Okay. Professor F, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Getting the word out. Everybody go pick up the book. Let's do some Zooms on it. And it could be a lot of fun.
Well, if you want me back on the show anytime, yeah, I'll be happy to come on.
Awesome. Yeah, to give us an update. Yeah, that'd be great.
Definitely.
A couple months. Let us know how the book sales are going. Okay.
Yeah, let's rejoin back in a couple months and see, how much the wallet's gone up, and yeah, we can come back. I don't want to say circle back anymore, because everyone seems to say circle back now. So we'll rejoin forces.
Yeah, that's got to be a hint, everybody. Circle's a hint in the book.
No,
but you do teach, you do teach English, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I do teach English.
So could the definitions of words maybe matter in this book? In other words, there's maybe an English component to it.
Oh, I'm getting bad. Bad reception here. Bad reception.
Much like Forrest Fenn, he said you have to look at the definition of words in his poem. That's interesting.
Bad reception.
All right, Professor F. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Too funny.
So that sounds fun. It sounds
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I know
Yeah,
you're
we'll see if we get a
all
group
into
together.
it. You're
I
all
hope you read
excited.
it, K-Pro. I hope you really read it. Yeah, Bobby D says, I'll talk to you next week, Professor. He thinks he's going to crack it right away.
You know what?
Get Mike
Bobby has a
Stowe in.
track record that's not just spouting off. He knows his stuff. Okay, so let's talk, not to change subjects, but let's talk Forrest Fenn. Let's talk Forrest Fenn.
All right, here we go. It's just updates, but it's still breaking news.
Yeah.
Everybody thumbs up, and I didn't even remind everybody super chats on, but thank you for the super chats we got. We appreciate it. So what's going on in the Forrest Fenn treasure found community, K-Pro?
Oh, there's a lot. So let's talk about the few things that we have been talking about. The first is Dan Barbarisi, and I apologize. I got a couple emails about correcting how I'm saying it, not from Dan.
How do you pronounce it? What's the correct way to pronounce it?
There's no O anywhere in his name. Barbarisi.
Not Barbarisi, Barbarisi.
Barbarisi.
Barbarisi. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So he has a book coming out. It's coming out next Tuesday. But he started his world famous book tour today virtually with a tuber that has about 1,000 subscribers. It's a travel channel. Shout out to Indy, who sent it to a few of us. I was in the middle of something, but Adam went in, and shout out to Adam Foddy, one of our moderators. He went in and asked the question. So it's interesting. You can tell that this person, and I'll find it, we can put it in the description. The host didn't know anything about Forrest Fenn, had just gotten the book, kind of asked some generic question. Tell me about Forrest Fenn, and how long did it take him to put this together? But Adam rocked it with a question of, hey, Dan, does anybody else know where the treasure chest was found? And Dan's first answer was people close to Forrest and people close to Jack. And then there was a clarification. And Dan was like, well, let's just say it's just people close to Dan. Or I'm sorry,
Dan.
to Jack.
Okay.
And then about 20 minutes went on. And at the very end, he goes, I heard that question incorrectly. I don't know if anybody else knows that.
I wish you weren't a liar.
I won't go that far, but I will say the nice part is Adam went on our Facebook page. Please go over to our Facebook page. It's called Cowlazars and K-Pro's Grand Adventure. And he put just that little clip, which is awesome. And so that leads me to believe, you guys can see it for yourself. Some people think he looks down and he's looking at a chat, maybe with Jack.
I haven't watched it yet, so I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, something definitely happened there. I won't get into what I think. We are going to be interviewing Dan. I need some questions.
Wait a minute. Do we know when that interview is going to happen?
Yeah, but things are getting a little, yes, I do. And and I'm not rolling.
We'll let everybody know once it's confirmed and all that. We'll let everybody know, but it might be sooner than you think. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, Adam, there's a there is all I will say, but I think it's really interesting. I think Dan will probably be ready for those questions. I know several of the Fenn tubers are going to be interviewing. So I think this is really great because we're going to be able to ask questions. And there's lots of things that I think are going to happen. And so, Adam's saying so after Shiloh was in our chat, and I already had the interview lined up, I wasn't going to say anything, but then I thought, no, I need to say stuff to you guys so you guys can weigh in.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him, Shiloh said there's issues with your book. And
expose was the term he used, if I remember right.
Right. And Dan has been clear to me. He is willing to answer any question presented. There's nothing, because I said, is there anything off limits? Is there anything? And he has been clear. The answer is no. The other thing is we are going to be providing a giveaway contest. We'll probably do comment picker or something. I don't know exactly yet. So we're going to get an extra book, even though we've given one to Susie. There's already one that we've given away. We're going to give another away on that particular night. Let's see, Adam Foddy and K-Pro. It was like a Jack was watching him and sent him a text to recant. It sure does seem that when they were wrapping up, he's like, wait. You know that one question 20 minutes ago?
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a nudge. There will be analysis, I am sure. There
So
was
now we have a nook and now we have a nudge. Yeah, okay.
yeah, and there's another couple of things that he said in the interview. I want to go watch it back again. There was a few other things that he said that I think were not said in the book, nor in previous interviews or previous information, not interviews, but book releases or press releases. So I think we're not going to get, in my opinion, we're not going to get the location. We are not going to get the solve, but we're going to get a lot of other information that helps us guide us as we are working through this. I will do a shout out to a couple of, I'm calling them search friends. I've had quite a few, what I consider big developments. I am leveraging how I take information and thoughtful about privacy and also bring something to the community that I think is worth something. The person, I'm confident you're going to watch this. I would love to hear a little bit more. This is the first time since the GPS solve that I have been truly excited about the information that has trickled in. And I believe this could get us to an actual solution or resolution. So we exchanged them back and
Do
forth.
I know about this or am I in the dark?
I wish you would
I don't
engage
even remember.
more in this darn hunt. I tried to tell, yes, I told you
Discipline.
things. And you were very, I think, responsible and said some of this is personal to
Oh,
Jack
okay.
rather
I know
than,
what you're talking about.
yeah. And I think some
All
of
I'll
it is
say is,
Stop it.
all right, go ahead. Okay, go continue on. I know what you're
to
talking
the person that's out there and she knows who she is. I would really like to engage a little bit more. I haven't heard from you in about a day, but what you have said so far all checks out. This is the first, so many of you will send me things and say, just trust me. This person had some info and man, they backed it up. So, and I went to a couple of search friends and didn't give too much, but just said, what do you do with all of this? So I think this is unfolding before our eyes. It's awesome. I want to get closure as much as the rest of you. And I will not just be keeping it to myself. If I was presented with, Mike and I have now agreed, if we were presented with the solution under an NDA or something, I'm not saying we have been or we have not been, the answer would be no. We're willing to do this, the hard work through the community. So the book is coming out.
So a lot of people, go ahead.
The book is coming out.
There's a link to the Facebook group that has the post of the video. Go ahead. There's the delay. Sorry, April. Go ahead.
So subscribe to the Facebook page, but also on Thor. Our Facebook page is closed and we do moderate both of those areas because we're just going to keep in the positive because that's what we do. We're trying to figure things out. We're not trying to be hateful or spiteful to one another. We're all trying to figure this out our own way. And I know others are doing it a little differently and we just hold to kind of where we're at in life. So I talked about the interview. So that's the interview with Indy or with Indy and Adam. Indy and Adam were in there. They asked the really good questions. Next big development is, and put at KPro if you want me to answer anything because the thing is zooming by. I think you meant you haven't been about to be so disappointed in the GPS solve. That is true. It absolutely could be that this becomes disappointing, but I'm learning more with each source how to not just trust and take words for it. And as long as they provide a picture, that's it. Absolutely, that could be the case. But this is the first time in months and months and months, even with the Shannon thing, and I shared what I had. I didn't think that would go anywhere, but I wanted to share and be honest. This is the first set of data that I went, there's a there there. And again, getting through I don't know, Mike and I have thoughtful debates about how much as Jack the solver do we personally reveal if we find something personally that could help us with getting the solution. And I like Mike's philosophy because God knows I'm a villain and he's a good guy. He just says, when in doubt, we don't do it. We're not going to put something out. And he's always right, but I'm more eager than he is. I think he's moved on.
In my opinion, Jack's personal life has got nothing to do with the treasure chest. And K-Pro's like, but that could be like how he found it, or it might. And I'm like, yeah, but the rule I use is if I wouldn't want somebody to say that about me, my personal life, then I'm not going to say that about somebody else, which is, you know, whatever that may be, where they live, their address, you know, their family.
Right.
And
No,
it's
that's a
yeah,
no
you know
brainer,
that.
but-
Yeah.
Right, but the
But
pieces
then
that are,
there's
if-
gray areas.
let's say if there was a search partner, let's just say if there was.
Right.
If the treasure chest isn't going to Jack, but it's going to someone else,
Right.
that's kind of personal, but it's also informational on the rest. And
If it's treasure chest related, I think it's fair game because we want to know. But some people could say Jack found it. It's not. We don't have a right to know where the treasure chest goes. But I think it's okay to talk about it. I think it's okay to speculate on where it's going, in my opinion. But yeah.
yeah, so I'm being very as thoughtful as I can be, and my moral compass is Mike, because we know that he's the good guy, I'm the bad guy, I'm the villain, I'm the terrible. Yeah,
I'm not the treasure hunt police, everybody, and neither's K-Pro. So, you know.
yeah, but you kind of help keep me on the. Okay, any change in thinking that F knew he needed to end it, as Dal said, and through a channel knowing Jack was close, F ended it with Jack. I am more convinced now than I was that night. Now that I processed all of it, I'm probably more than 65%. There was something more. I don't know. Once you read Dan's book, you can tell me if you think there was a family meeting. You can tell through Dale, he was told directly from Forrest that he was considering calling it off. That PowerPoint, I've never had so much vindication so quickly. But well,
yeah. So basically, if people don't understand what we're talking about, we've done a couple shows, a couple of people who have not confirmed some information we had. Dan's book, we believe, will confirm it. So when the book comes out and when me and K-Pro get our hot little hands on it, we're going to do a show and we're going to talk about it. So you guys, you'll see.
Do you know if Jack pulled the FOIA on Forrest raid? I do not know that. You can actually FOIA a FOIA of who did pull that. I have been getting some requests to pull the FOIA from the raid to see if there was anywhere near what we actually see in the treasure chest to actually what was in the treasure chest in and Mike, your mic's
sorry.
And I am going back and forth. I did promise Forrest I would not pull the FOIA while he was alive. So I would be okay with that. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. So much is happening though that, okay. Couple of other things. GTC has started his channel back. He hard deleted it, and so that's why you have to go back and subscribe. You're not going to get, and GTC, if you are in the chat or Dark, whatever you are today, Clark Kent or Superman or Batman or whoever, put the link in. He is actually going through people's solves with them and then uploading them. He's going one-on-one. The first one is up, Billy Shaw, and he already has the next one, which I think is Minotaur Marino. And so he's back. Mike.
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Here, I'll mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, he does this a lot at home where I'm talking to him and he just, his doggy and his, okay. So, go and subscribe to Dark. Here, he just put it in the chat. If you're into the solutions and thoughtfully walking through solutions, I think he's starting in Wyoming. He might be a little backlog. You also should email him, and he put all of that in there. That please, like, go and see him. I think he's going to be very thoughtful. Take the time, record it right, get it up, and so his GTC channel is all about that. His Dark channel is all about discussions. So we did our first messages from the Maverick. Indy and I and Greg, we all shared emails. I think it's the only email Greg has ever gotten. So he's out of emails, but Indy and I have lots more emails to share. It was a little bumpy because I thought we would have a lot more discussion on the emails. People just wanted to hear the emails, like, oh, find another one. And we tried to last second and that didn't work out. So we'll have more spooled up. We're going to do those Wednesdays at 12:30. That's the Dark channel. Make sure so that's Clark Kent and Superman. He likes to be the Batman. I don't know who the equivalent is with Batman. So Dark, GTC, same guy, but different channels, different, let's see. He married your dog. Yes, he did. He loves the animals. The animals love him. I'm like, these animals have been with me for a decade, but they love good people. How do you feel about vintage Hardy Boy books? Packer Jack, I am completely okay, and I support Mike in wanting comic book collections, Hardy Boy books. What was the other one? The other collection that I bought you for your birthday last year?
Oh, the three Alfred Hitchcock and the three investigators.
Yeah,
I did a grand adventure on it. Come on.
Baseball cards and all that. The agreement I made with Mike is he wasn't going to purchase any additional things until we moved. And then magically, this person was coming over to deliver 93 books. And I'm like, didn't we have an agreement? And Mike's like, I don't have to ask permission. It's my money because we have our money. And I'm like, no, but that's another. But like, can you wait? No, time was of the essence. And then we had a little talk about it during our date night, and it was fine. But so I support him buying collectible things because I think he takes care of them really well. He will sell them when we made plenty of profit when it came to some of the collections that he has purchased.
Books, yeah.
So I support him on all that. I did not support the timing. We still have crap at the old house. I mean, important things. We did not
back
need
and forth
more.
every day. Okay, so I got to give a big thank you to Eric and Karita, because he sent coffee, the warm housewarming gift. We've got Vermont maple bourbon. Yikes. We've got Michigan cherry pie, and not 2, 3. We've got Texas pecan praline. So Vermont, Michigan, and Texas. And Eric says, I hope you enjoy it. Congrats on the new house. My OCD makes me order things in 3s, and forgive me if this coffee is bad. I don't drink the stuff. All right. So thank you, Eric.
Nice. You're muted.
The whole time I was muted for that?
No, you just the last.
Oh, I hit it out. I was about to say what? So yeah, thank you, Eric. We really appreciate it. And I will try the coffee. Smells good. Anyway. Oh, that was an accident too. Wow. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. A few more questions, a few more things to update about Force Fen stuff. Okay, Packer Jack, besides moving, family blending, Fenbury, WSOF, when would you guys actually like to travel back to Yellowstone?
I had that question in an email recently. They're like, Yellowstone meetup this summer? Never say never, right, Kate Farm?
Well, that's the question that came up with Fenbury. Several of you have asked me, how do I get to the organizer, which is Jamie? Amy mentioned it on her show. Cynthia was going to be involved. She's not. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know a lot about Fenbury yet. Jamie and I are chatting about what's exactly happening. Is it going to get canceled? I guess there's a fire potential. And when there is, they shut everything down. And it's during the something festival. So rooms there are going to be sold out. It's going to be hard to get them. All that is happening. I don't know. I will. I just asked Jamie, who do I pass things on to? And she said, because there's a lot of people not on Facebook. There's a Facebook page called Fenbury. That one's easy. If you're not on Facebook, who do you contact? We will have a sticky on Thor once we get a little bit more information. So that's all I know. We have to talk because I talked to Mama Cowlazars today. And between Yellowstone and seeing Mama Cowlazars.
Yeah, we got to go to Michigan. And I don't know if we can fit both in, everybody. So yeah, we'll see. So, if not this year, though, there's World Series of Fen. And then next year we could do a Yellowstone. Well, the location isn't going anywhere.
There's some talk about doing it in Vegas because Vegas is a hub. It's cheaper to get here. It's cheaper to get rooms. It's cheaper to get all that. We don't know the location. Why does it need to be in Yellowstone? It's super expensive. We'll work all that out, just not today. Right now, Fenbury is scheduled. Nothing else is scheduled. We joke around about eggs potentially. But right now we're having to figure all of that out. So I don't have an answer about Fenbury. The minute I do, it'll go up on our Facebook and it'll go up on Thor. Those are the two spots. Thor is rocking. And I can tell you, there's some people now on Thor that have never been there and they're not under their normal handles. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to see how many people are engaging. I'm putting probably 5 to 10 new people. There's more activity on Thor than there's ever been. So
if Thor's rocking, come knocking, because it's information. It's a forum for people to give their opinion. So if you guys still want to discuss the Thrill of the Chase and other treasure hunts, we may even could set up a forum for this cracked book. You never know. Come on over. Create an account. It's free and post what you want to post.
3D
That's how we roll.
She's no. No. We all want to see you cross the Madison. That would give us closure. You know, I threw a coin in there. So
and it's still there. That's true. Wouldn't it be cool to go back and get it? What if we could like, oh, there it is. We actually go back and find it 2 years later. That would be awesome. I'd go in the water and look for it for sure. Yeah. So thanks, Eric. Thank you guys for the super chats, and the cracked book looks really fun. So give me about 30 minutes, give me about 20 minutes to eat, and I'm going to send out an open invite to the entire Zoom list, and we'll see who might be interested in getting the book and working on it. If you guys want to be on future Zooms, just email me, cowlazars@gmail.com.
I don't think any of them have the book. That's the problem. So I don't know.
Well, we can just talk about it.
Like get a strategy or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. I think there's lots of activities happening. Again, I'm trying to be thoughtful on how that goes, but Dan's book is coming out. Now that we have the first interview, I think it'll be interesting to see the additional interviews, and that will help inform for when we are going to ask the hard questions. Dan has said he's ready for them, so we're okay in asking them. So it's not going to be tense or negative, but it is going to be, it's not just going to be fluff. We are going to ask hard questions. So if you have them, well, he just closed today. He's not met him in person, but he has met him via Zoom, and he got to see his mannerisms and things. That's pretty
Jack.
Cool.
You met Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we are still in the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park, everybody, even though we've veered off. We went to the Forest Fen Thrill the Chase tent. So I just want to remind everybody, Casey Ma, these are the other hunts. Originally, I had titled this video when I put the link up, 3 hunts. And before we go off, I'm going to tell you about the other 2. Go ahead, K-Pro.
Okay, Minotaur Marino said, I thought I asked Shannon a great question. Would get a solid answer. Did you see her response? Minotaur, no, put it in here. I have heard she ruled out Slew and did not rule out Medicine Wheel. That's the only thing I heard, but I did not watch it myself. I mean, you didn't say it was against the rules or that he would DQ someone for sharing the book while someone else is waiting.
It's fine, Bobby.
Yeah. No, I just don't think you guys are going to get close. I mean, some of that binary stuff is just, Thanks.
Yeah, it's not a problem, Bobby. Okay. I don't think. Just order it. As long as you order it, it's fine. JK Pioneer, thanks. He says, thanks for the good show tonight.
Yeah.
Is that it for the Forest Fen?
I was just talking about wasting your guys' time than anything else. No. I don't see like a DQ thing. It's just if only one of you has the book, you guys, you guys. Like I was Mike when he grabbed his book and he's like, I'm in the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. I'll say, fine, I'll go talk to Ben. And that's what we do. And that's okay. I dabble in his stuff. He dabbles in. Don't be a player. Yeah, he smacks me around when I get a little like, oh, I got this. And then Mike's like, no. There's a lot of stuff out there, guys. There's a lot of stuff.
And some of the stuff. So check it out, everybody. Treasure hunts. We still have Supreme Seek. Remember Supreme Seek? It's up to $5,300. We still have Legend Has It. Remember Legend Has It? Let me check and see what that is up to.
Golden Owl says my brother will be boots on the ground for the Arizona hunt on Saturday. That's
right.
Awesome.
Yeah, there it is. Now we were doing a Zoom on Legend Has It, but that kind of fell apart. So people decided to go their own way, which is okay.
3D Bronze says, so David never met Jack. It's Dan, but he did touch the chest. I think those were 2 different meetings. That was not clarified today. That's one of my questions. I'm going to be preparing an hour full of questions. So I need lots of them, but that's going to be one of the questions because he did say he has been in front of the chest. I do not believe, but I need to get this confirmed. I do not believe Jack was there when Dan touched the chest. I think it was with the lawyers. And I know there's other channels that say they have the same lawyer, Carl. They don't. That's ridiculous. That would be against the law. There's a conflict of interest. So, yeah, some of us are trying to be more grounded in reality than just making stuff up as we go. So
to make sure you guys subscribe, it's important for you to subscribe. It's important for you to thumbs the videos up. It helps us, but really subscribe because who knows when this interview with Barbie BC is going to happen. Babar,
wait,
the elephant.
There's a question from Silver Fox. Have you asked SS about FF as it relates to the chase? I don't know who SS is.
Supreme Seek? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who SS is either. So Supreme Seek, Legend Has It. These are all rides in the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. The 2 that I was going to talk about tonight, we weren't sure if Professor F was going to make it. So that's why I originally said I'm going to talk about 3. He came on. He did a great job. He gave us the info. Here's the other 2. One is the Entente Cordiale. This is a treasure hunt that is in the UK and in France. There's 2 different books, one in English, one in French. I only grabbed the English version. I wanted to see what it was about. So I'll probably do a future show on it. It's a key split in 2, and that's the prize. It's an actual gold Entente Cordiale, I guess, from history. It's really an interesting book. There's poems. It's kind of like The Secret. So that's one. I was surprised how small the book was. I thought it was going to be a big coffee table book. The other one is a little known treasure hunt. Check it out. I'm going to give you the title right now. Shout out to Candy because she's the one who told me about it. And I just went and bought it because that's what I do. I got it on Kindle and it's called, this is off of Amazon. It's called Mastermind. What's it called? It's called, oh, why did it kick me out? Hang on. It doesn't want you to know what it's called. It's called Mastermind, a real life treasure hunt. It's loading because I have a slow PC. It's called Mastermind, a true armchair treasure hunt by Jason Griffin. What's interesting is I can't find any info about this book or about the author. I think Jason Griffin did a 6 questions with Jenny, but it was related to him finding a different treasure. It wasn't about this book. So the book is interesting. I kind of like where the book was going, but again, I don't have the time to finish it. So Mastermind, a true armchair treasure hunt, Entente Cordiale, and now we have Cracked. And I think this is the one I'm going to go with. Cracked. So, but I'll probably do future shows on these other 2 treasure hunts down the road when we have some time.
Okay. So Silver Fox says Suzanne Summers. Suzanne Summers posted up on her Facebook page about Forrest. I have followed up with Suzanne to say, hey, do you have any other pictures, any other stories, anything? I don't have anything yet. Wouldn't that be so cool? Because I think they were closer than I realized. What is going on with the new court issue? I thought I said this, but I don't know. So Kyle Sandu and 2 other searchers filed a motion to try to get representation and also a court case against Zoe, Collected Works, San Lazaro's, a bunch of people. The judge immediately denied their request for counsel to be appointed but did give them 21 days. Yesterday or today, I think it was today, the judge granted their motion that they would like an extension while they figure out how to respond. They don't want it dismissed and then miss the deadline. And so that was granted today. So that one is still alive. Tomorrow's show will be a good one. Tomorrow is Friday, so that's going to be Susie Fenhaven. Are you talking about something else, Adam? Saturdays, sorry. Adam, what's on Saturdays? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hacker Jack. Nice.
Okay, you have a super chat, Mike.
Oh, our old friend Indiana Jones with the $2 super chat says, how would someone ground every plane in the USA? Well, I think the only time it's happened has been 9/11, right? And something tells me it's not happening again. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't know how someone would can't ground every plane in the USA.
I don't know either. Okay. Okay, so those are all, that is all the information fit to print at this time. I think a lot, so is Greg GTC going on Saturdays? And if I missed that, I'm so sorry. If you're talking about the one that sucks, I'm not going to talk about that. So tell me which one you're talking about. I'm assuming that, yeah. Did anyone solve Mr. Clue out of Kentucky? I don't think so. Didn't we hear from Mr. Clue just a little bit ago, Mike?
Yeah, Mr. Clue. So his treasure hunt ended. It had an end date, but then nobody got the correct solution. So he gave the solution. And what he said is the first person who correctly tells me how you get the solution, he was going to give them something.
Oh,
and it says it all on go to Mr. Clue on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, we look forward to Mr. Clue's next hunt for sure.
Oh,
nobody solved it, Bobby.
Dark is going on Saturdays. So tell me what time and we will announce it here. And that's Friday in the UK. That's why he said Friday, Saturday. I don't know how Adam does it. He's
Adam.
Yeah, Adam. He stays up and he hangs with us even though it's middle of the night or early in the morning or whatever. Do you believe there is more to the chase besides the chest? Yes, I believe there is a significant story. I believe there is a story. And I am believing a person that has let me know a little bit about that story. I believe
Uh-oh.
there is more. I would like to know more of that more. I am fascinated by what they are saying. And it checks out so far. So I would like to know more. I am believing now more than ever there is more to it. And then the timing of the chest being found, Jack just found it and he's just being quiet now. I believe there is more to it, in my opinion, but I need to know more. Okay, 9:30, 10 Eastern, so 7 p.m. West Coast time. So yeah, I think
we have a lot to do around the house, so I don't know if K-Pro's going to be available for that or not.
all my boxes are unpacked.
Hey, I got this is the poker table. It's got a cover on it. I got the poker table. All this stuff I got to deal with. Yeah, there's still a lot to do.
I do my
But
thing.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
K-Pro, in Korea, it's 12:30. Yeah, it's golden now. You still.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that is, yeah, I think it's all fascinating. And I think, gosh, I'm going to ask you something offline, Czar. I'll go, cause there's something, yeah, there's some key words that we'll see if we're on the same page or not.
Forrest said it'll come out, but he didn't want to tell us how. So we'll
it's
see.
gonna come out. If these
We'll
stories
see.
come out, I think it's getting more and more fascinating.
We got to get our hands on Dan's book. That's the next step, I think, for us is to get. So hopefully it comes next week or whenever it's going to come.
I have an update.
We'll go live
on, so
tune in Monday. Forrest K-Pro's got all kinds of updates he wants to put out there. So tune in Monday night. It'll be a good show. Will there be another PowerPoint Monday night, K-Pro, or no? Or will there be a panel? Do we know what we're doing Monday? Okay. So it's just going to be me and K-Pro talking about the Thrill of the Chase.
Yeah, probably.
And giving you guys a chat room to talk about it as well. So subscribe, show your support for the channel. We really appreciate it. And the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. And yeah, there it is.
Okay, guys, that's all for tonight. We went way over. Apologies. Mike still hasn't had dinner. I had it before.
Sorry.
I ate quick because I'm like, I know it's going to go long, and then I just tank. So, okay, guys.
All right, everybody. We will see you. Thanks for tuning in. Professor F, thank you. And he says he's going to send us one of his treasure boxes, whatever he's doing. So that's awesome. So, okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.